Hey VV Nation, welcome to our channel. Today is Monday and it's the first trading day of the month. So, I give you stocks for the week, but for the month, because it's a new month, I've got my top monthly picks. Now, it's been interesting for the past month or so. The market's been in a sideways motion, especially in the US market. So even though I'm using these as my monthly picks, I want you to not be afraid to take profits early if you get the chance to do so instead of trying to hold for the whole month. The market's got to break one way or the other for me to be able to effectively give you monthly picks. But if we're not doing that, I'm going to give you some picks that I like based on some technicals, utilizing a technique, but I don't want you to be afraid to get rid of them a little early if you get to that point. All right. So let's go into the software. I am looking at the U.S. market first, and I'm going to use a search within the U.S. market called Star Search, and it's in the ProTrader folder. Canada does have it as well, but I went a different route for the Canadian stocks. So Star Search, and it's pretty much looking for stocks that are breaking out of Bollinger Bands as a way of getting into them. So when I look at Star Search, let's do this. Let's go to the stocks. Here's my stocks for the month. Here's my stocks for the month, 7/1/2024. And when I look at these graphs, the reason why I like the Star Search is it gives you graphically exactly when to get in and when to get out. A lot of people ask me on the stocks that I show, Glenn, when should I get out of the stocks? I think the Star Search layout, when you look at the graph, answers that question for you directly. Here are my 5 stocks. Now, again, let's go talk about how I got into them. Star Search, I'm looking for the DPO crossover, a 20-day DPO crossing above 0 within the last 1 day. Bollinger Bands, price cross above the upper band in the last 2 days. The upper band meaning it's telling me that it's in the fast lane. You'll understand that when we look at the graph. The price has got to be greater than $5, average volume greater than 500,000 shares, and the stock sector not equal to ETFs. So I ran it. I did my cherry pick for you. Here's the 5 stocks that came out of it. Let's go graph them all. Notice that they're all buys. None of them holds or sells. They're all buys. And I'm going to put this on a 3-month graph. From a 3-month graph, here's my Bollinger Bands, but it's 2 sets of Bollinger Bands. It's a Bollinger Band, upper band, which is a 20, and a 3 standard deviation, a 20-day look back period, and a 1 standard deviation. This is my 1 standard deviation. The outside bands are my 3 standard deviation. First thing I like about the stock from a monthly pick, bottom left, top right, moving in the fast lane. Fast lane, middle lane, slow lane. So how do you know when to get out? Once the stock goes into the middle lane, like it did here, take half off the table. All right? Wait for it to go back into the fast lane for 2 days. Put that other half back on. We went down below into the middle lane again. Remember, as you take half off the table, you're locking in profits. And look at that, 2 days back in, boom, you get back in. All right, so that's on ADMA. I do like that as a monthly pick. Wow, HEPS was in the fast lane. Look at this, and this is why I try to find these stocks early. Look at that, in the fast lane, fast lane, fast lane, until finally, that's a lot of profit you took off the table right there. I'm not trading it here. 2 days in, boom. I'd go look at 5 cents higher than the high. And I love the volume on it as well. Going into INOD, bottom left, top right, fast lane. This is why we try to catch them early. Boom, got out, took half off the table. 2 days in, back in, back in, back in. Take half off the table. And once it closes in the slow lane, you take all of it off the table. I like that right now. It's getting back into the fast lane. I'd make sure it gets some confirmation behind that. DTST, a little bit more of a volatile play, but spend some time in the fast lane. Half out right here. Once it gets into the slow lane, that other half comes off. At that half off, though, you're taking some of that profit off the table. Currently back in the fast lane, and I like the rising volume. All right, so that's why I'm saying for this month's picks, I'd let the stocks come to me, but I'm not going to be afraid to take half off the table, even though they're monthly picks. Now, this is a crypto stock, not quite there yet. This is one I want you to have on your table or have in the, have in your back pocket, have on a watch list. As soon as it gets in, though, that's a good stock pick to take. So here's my top picks for the U.S. market. It is technical based. And again, if you make some money on these within the month, do not be afraid to take half off the table. All right, let's go look at the Canadian side. Canadian markets closed today, but I went a different route for the Canadian market. I've got a search created called Top Monthly Picks, and it's for the Canadian market. Price greater than $1, relative value greater than 1.2, stock earnings growth at greater than 10, and the sales growth greater than 10. Price lower than $20. So the stocks have to be between $1 and $20. Average volume greater than 50,000 shares. I ran the search, did my cherry picks for you. Here's my top monthly picks for the Canadian market. You notice it's only 4 stocks. That's all I could really muster in the current market's conditions. 2 buys, 2 holds. Now, I still did the same thing, though, by looking at the by looking at the star search. There it is, Kinross Gold, bottom left, top right, currently in the fast lane. I like the play. All right, next one. Wow, SES, a little bit more of a volatile play, but currently in the fast lane, hitting a new 3-month high. Both DPOs are rising. I like the play. Let's go into the next one, which is Ping. Now, what PNG, Kraken Robotic, interesting that I watched the stock trend. Currently, we broke above the downtrend and currently in the fast lane. The last candle we had showed some buying pressure and both DPOs were going positive. I really like this play. All right. And as I look at other things, we see relative timing. It is above 1. It's in an uptrend. I do like the play. I like this as it looks like it's getting out of the downtrend. Next one, PTK. Interesting. It met my criteria, but I got a lot of wick on the last candle, which was Friday's candle. The body is in the fast lane. I'd keep my eyes on this one. Last time it was in the fast lane, it didn't stay there very long, but you could have made a little bit of money. I'm going to say keep your eyes on that one, and that's the last one for the Canadian market. Folks, so we try to make sure on a weekly basis we give you the stocks to look at, and this is on a monthly basis. But both of these, I would not be afraid of taking gains and locking in profits, especially if the market still wants to move sideways. Folks, that's it, the video for today. All right, let me know what you like. Do you like these stocks that we give you on a monthly basis and on a weekly basis? Just let me know. Just type the word like in the comments. That just lets me know that you want me to keep going on with these. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted when new videos like this come out. And if you like the video overall, make sure you hit the like button. Folks, this video is over. And until the next time, see ya.